What's up, guys, and welcome back to Electrix Moto. Today we're going to talk about the very first thing that you should do on your Talaria MX5. So we all know the Talaria MX5 is fantastic out of the box, but there are some shortcomings that we kind of got to discuss because there are no aftermarket wheel options for this bike yet, which limits us to what we can use and what type of tires we can put on this bike straight from the factory. Now, when it comes to tire options, there are really only two options that you can consider for your MX5 fresh from the factory right out of the box. That is the Tusk ground wire and the Pivotrax front and rear moto style tire. They both come in 1919 only, so they will fit both the back and the front on your MX5. Now, if you're asking me my personal opinion, it's the Pivotrax tire all the way. I just feel that the Pivotrax tire is a more meaty, more aggressive, more durable tire, but we have both of those tire options down in the description so you can click on both of them and look at them and purchase whichever one you want. So what I want to do now is grab both of these tires. I want to wheel them over here so you can see the difference between the factory Talaria MX5 tire and then the Pivotrax tire. All right, so what we have is the Kilowatt Climber. It is a 8119, which is the same exact size that you're gonna see over here on the factory tire. But the huge difference is the size of the knobs on these tires versus your factory tires is at least double. So you get at least double the amount of rubber on these tires than you do these tires. I would not say don't run your factory tires. I would actually encourage you to put some miles on them just to get some life out of them. And then when you take them off, you can always just keep these as a backup. But the Kilowatt Climber from Pivotrax is just overall a better tire all the way around. And this thing is going to last you a lot longer, at least until the new wheel sets come out for the Talaria MX5. So what we have here is the Pivotrax front tire. It does not have a unique name, but you'll be able to see the difference in this tire. Now, surprisingly, both of these tires are 70-119, but the Pivotrax tire is much wider, so it is going to give you a bunch more grip. And same as the rear tire, you have at least double the amount of tread on this tire. So if you're looking to upgrade your MX5 tires, the Pivotrax tire, the link will be in the description. It's hands down my favorite 1919 tire combo that you can get for these bikes. And especially with not being able to change the wheels, this is your best option, in my opinion, at the moment. Now, if you're looking to change your tires, then I would say go ahead and change your tubes. What we have here is the Pivotrax heavy-duty tube. It is also available in the description that will fit directly into your Pivotrax tires. That way you don't have to try to reuse these tubes, and if you blow a tube, you have a spare one. These tubes are 2 millimeters thick, so they're much thicker than what comes on the MX5 from the factory. And in the event that you are in the desert or whatever it is, this is just gonna be a better tube overall. So if you're looking to change your tires, I would highly recommend it to change your tubes. We use the Pivotrax here at the shop, but you can get whatever tube you feel most comfortable with. If you want this one or if you like this one, I'll leave it in the description so you can check it out. Okay, so that is all that I have for the tire setup on this bike. There are a lot of really great features on this bike that I'm not going to talk about today, but we will do them in later videos. So if you like content about the Talaria MX5 or e-motos whatsoever, I will put the link in the description for you to just click it and subscribe to the channel, or you could just hit right below my fat face and press the subscribe button. You can come along for all the stuff that we do here. I do want to dive into a lot of these specific parts that come on this bike because this bike is far superior to the MX4 and all the components on it, in my opinion, are a lot better. So when we get into each and every piece of this, we'll just make a video about each and every one so you can watch through them and kind of get the information that you're looking for as quickly as possible. So if you don't have any, or if you do have any questions, leave those in the comments. I will get to them every single morning, and that's all we got.